Alright, here is the video review for FansToys LUPUS, their version of Weird Wolf. And he's alright. He's a little basic in some of the detailing along or on him in various modes. But he gets the job done. Here he is as a wolf. He does have an articulated tail here. The sword can bend around like that. It can also, you want to be very careful because it's a thin joint, but it can also swivel here around the hilt. So you've got different ways to pose it there. Although again, like I said, you want to make sure you grab it right there where it twists, because the only thing that connecting this is this little pin right here. You don't want to grab it up here and force it, because if it gets stuck, and it does have a few places where it gets a little caught up here on the hilt, you don't want to risk snapping the whole tail off. But yeah, it's got poseable legs right there. There's a hinge there, hinge at the paw. And even the paws have a little bit of ankle tilt for wider stances. And same on the front, shoulder, kind of elbowish, the paw itself, and then a hinge there on the paw. The head, as you can see, if this joint rotates, this joint rotates. So if you want to have him looking to the side, you can kind of turn this to angle. And he's looking at the side. Have it straight up and have him looking up. And kind of do that, but do like that to have him looking up and kind of a hunched, crouchy move. And when he's in wolf mode, you can also look down as well. His jaw opens and closes. He does have the cockpit here to hold his little headmaster, hold Monzo, or whatever they're going to call him in there. These little, you can fold his little control panel down. He comes out. You can see that that's going to collapse in for a transformation. We'll go ahead and push that in. But this is still a little loose. It's not a final product yet, so this sliding piece is still a little loose, but it slides right down in there. Actually, I think I need to push that down to allow this to slide right down. But anyway, you can see there's a little levers that help you slide it right there. And his headmaster, he's got ball joints at the shoulders, go into his body, and some little grooves that give him his arms a decent range of motion. Hinge elbows. His head does not appear to articulate. I don't want to force it if it does, but it looks like it's one solid piece. Ball joint hips, hinge knees, and he even has ball joint feet separate from the side of the foot. You're a little limited because of this side panel on the foot, but you can actually move his feet separately, which is kind of nice. And then his legs, they're independently mobile. Obviously, they peg together for head mode. And for head mode, you just fold them in half, just like any old headmaster. And there he is. He does come with an alternate faceplate that's a slightly thinner, longer face, a different chin. You can see the chin here is squared off and kind of comes out on the headmaster, whereas this is more of a straight face. And here you just, all you do that is just pop it out of there. There's two little pegs on the back. You just peg it in there like that. So there's his other face. And transform the robot again. This goes like that. You fold this in. I guess you can fold the wolf head in that way as well. However you wish to do it, but that's going to fold up then along the back. Since we already collapsed that, you want to split the legs here and pop the sword out. And just straighten it up like that. Kind of a scimitar. He does also have a gun. We'll show that when we get to robot mode. And again, like I said, it's not a super difficult transformation. You go ahead and bring the legs down, rotate these pieces around as you do it. Just like that. This piece, you want to open this up. Come here. These should flip out. No, that's the piece that flips out. I don't know why it's stuck there. There we go. So bring that down. There's a little panel in here that flips up into the leg to allow it to collapse for wolf mode. So flip that out. This whole panel rotates around like this. This closes up to fill in the leg. hip panel moves out. And then the feet, this panel comes out to the side here. Like that. And then this folds back up. Yeah. You rotate this whole thing up. So there's the foot. So the toe comes out like this. The lower leg comes back to kind of form the heel. And again, it gives them a little bit of heel spur there. Just like that. And then you've got some ankle tilt built in there with that hinge. And there's a leg. Same on this side. Rotate this around. Actually, you do need to pop that open first. In order to rotate it, rotate that. Bring this inner panel out. If you can get it. Like that. Close this up. Bring this down. Split the leg here. There you go. Rotate that out. Rotate the whole foot back. His legs are done. This piece folds up into the back like that. Everything lined up and it'll fit right in there. I'm sorry, that was me messing with it. So it brings up, pull these. So yeah, wolf head goes in the back. Straighten it up. These pieces right here, just rotate forward just slightly. And you open up these panels on the forearm. And this is where it gets tricky because you got to have the forearms in just the right position to rotate all this stuff around. So you get that up just enough. You can open that up enough to rotate this out. Now before you close it up, you got to fold this in. Folding these little pieces out right here is the hardest part of this because these sit up inside the arm and you really got to get in there and push. They're a little tight. Maybe loosening the screw on the inside will help it. But this little panel, this folds all the way up into the arm like that, and that will block the fist from rotating through all the way for wolf mode if you don't get in there and pop it out. If you bring that around, fold the wolf like that. Just kind of fold the paw up on the back of his arm. Bring the fists out, and you can see he's got individually articulated fingers. Each one, 2 knuckles, and each one is separate from the other. Close up the forearm, bring the arm down, rotate the wrist, and it's the same on this side. Rotate that around, push this piece up into the arm, close that up. And I have seen the fists stuck in like this. I've seen them with the paw folded up in there. However you want to position that paw really is okay. If you want to leave it folded up like that, you can. Open up his hand, and then his head. This is almost kind of the weakest part of this. It's just a little plug right here. It's just a little square plug. His head just pegs into that. And it stays on okay. The joint itself does rotate, and that reddish piece, it's hard to do without the head in there. But you can see it does have some up and down movement on it. So when the head's in, you can't have it look up and down, look side to side. And you can hold his weapons. You just got to slot them in the into the fist. Wrap the fingers around him. Like I said, he has his gun as well. And there he is. Poseability, like I said, the head, there's no side-to-side tilt really aside from just the looseness of the head in that joint. But you can look side to side, you can look up and down. This one. There we go. It's got ratcheting shoulders. Oh, I must not plug that in all the way. Ratcheting shoulders front to back. They don't ratchet side to side, but they're pretty stiff. He does have a waist swivel. Hips ratchet front to back, and they don't click ratchet, but they kind of have some stopping points here, side to side. Thigh swivel. He does have a bicep swivel. Pretty decent range of articulation in the knee, and then the foot can swivel this way, as well as have a little bit of ankle tilt there. Even with this is stable, this does have some ankle tilt outside of that swivel as well. But yeah, there is FansToys LUPUS. We'll do some quick size comparisons here, because of course, I know. You gotta see him. So here he is with his Titans Return version. Just to give an idea of how much bigger he is. And here he is with Make Toys Cupola, however you want to say it. Roughly the same size. Again, visually, design-wise, they're slightly different, but they're roughly the same height. I think LUPUS may actually be slightly taller, but they look okay together next to each other. And he does have a little opening chest piece here that shows his stats. They're painted on. They don't. Putting the head on and off does not affect them in any way. They're just painted onto the chest, much like this guy was. So yeah, he's yellow, he's weird, he's a wolf, he's FansToys LUPUS.